Key back cover. Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, for those of you that don't know, is a movie that came with Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 final chapter prologue. Wow, that's a fucking mouthful. Yes, I'm swearing on the first minute of the video again. Video stream, who cares? So, this is the story of Kingdom Hearts Key. Kingdom Hearts Key was a game that came on browsers back in the day. Back in 2000 something. In Japan only. That ended becoming Kingdom Hearts Union Unchained X and Union Cross, eventually on apps on the phone. But I explained that on one of the episodes of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. So if you want to know more about Kingdom Hearts back cover and Kingdom Hearts Key and Unchained X and Kingdom Hearts etc., go watch the videos of Kingdom Hearts Union Cross I'm uploading. Until then, let's get watching Kingdom Hearts back cover. I hope I can stream this because I don't know if it is an SIM protected by HDCP. I hope it's not. Copying application data. Wait, what? I think it's trying to copy the 7 gigs the movie is. Yeah, I think the movie is 7 gigs and it's copying. Why not reproduce it straight away? Sorry for the blue screen. This is what happens when you leave it to somebody else instead of just doing it yourself. I don't know what I'm saying. This is what happens when you are live. In general, I just remember the lyrics of a song. But yeah, this is what happens when you do it live. This only means that more people can come here and watch it with us, but seems that there is no one yet. Okay, broadcasting gameplay and microphone audio because you exited a block scene. One thing I'm going to do, because I don't want to... sorry for another blue screen. I want notifications... options, notification settings, display message in notification, no. Pop-up notification, no. I'm turning all notifications off because I don't want you to be seeing the black screen, the black box you are seeing right now, which is a pain in the ass. Eventually I will record everything on my room because I fixed the streaming setup, but right now I was unable to. And if this doesn't work right now, if I try to watch this and it says you cannot stream this etc because it's a blocked scene, I will do it on the computer, or at least try to do it. I think we can, but let's give it a try. Play Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. Yeah, well, play. I'm not going to be playing, but I'm going to play it. Why do you guys have the same verb? And thanks for the auto host, Shayna, Daniel, Shayna. Thanks for the auto host, Shayna, Daniel, Sir Nexus, and Ashita. This game supports an autosave feature. It's not a game, it's a movie. Do not turn off the power while the autosave icon is present. It's not a game. Okay, if you say so. Select subtitle settings. On, obviously. I'm not going to read that because there is a lot of text on the screen. change that main character with my main character, and you have the story. Wait. So the one talking to Chirithy there was Unicornis? Well, the boss of the foretellers. But on my game, the one talking to Chirithy there was she. Interesting. So that changes too. And as I'm seeing, some of the scenes in here are not from Kingdom Hearts Key, the original Kingdom Hearts Key. Some of the scenes here are from Kingdom Hearts Union Cross. I don't know how long this is. I think it's an hour and a half long. The fated land will be the battleground. I will see its end to prevent that from happening, etc. This is a huge spoiler for those watching Kingdom Hearts Unchained X not Kingdom Hearts something. This is a huge spoiler. Well, this is supposed to be the story of Kingdom Hearts Unchained X. Kingdom Hearts Union Cross is different. And here starts the movie, and here I shut up. A Case of Luxu.
So that makes you the indisposable number 7. Huh. Come on, it's simple. You 6 plus me is 7. Wait, don't tell me I don't count.
No.
Here, take it.
In the Master's playful and mischievous way, he gave his apprentice Luxu a very important role. What seemed like a simple task was the element that would connect all of the events to come. Long, long ago, all the worlds were still one. One day, this would be called the Age of Fairy Tales. It all began here in Daybreak Town. The Master of Masters had an eye that gazes into the future. He bestowed upon 5 of his 6 apprentices a copy of the Book of Prophecies, in which was written the events to come.
Case of Hera.
So, did you look through the book?
Yes. But I'm still analyzing it.
Wow, no quick skim for you, huh?
I just prefer to be thorough. Master, is what it says in the last passage true?
Oh yeah, that. Bummer, huh?
Yes.
By the way, if one day I suddenly disappear, I'm counting on you to keep the others calm, okay?
Huh? Disappear?
Vanish? Dim? Fade? I don't know how to explain it. It's just hypothetical talk.
Okay.
This world is full of light. It's a world comprised of many smaller worlds, all connected, stretching as far as the eye can see. One great light protects us all throughout this vast land. All worlds share one light, one fate.
I take it you're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, you're right on the money. People believe that the light that is Kingdom Hearts will be here forever. But if it were to disappear, the world would be enveloped in darkness.
I understand. That is why you granted us these Keyblades. With these, we can spread the teachings of light. And we can protect Kingdom Hearts from darkness.
No, they're not for protecting Kingdom Hearts.
Huh?
The final passage reads, "On that fated land, a great war shall transpire. Darkness will prevail, and the light expire."
Isn't it our duty as Keyblade wielders to prevent this war from taking place?
Not possible.
What?
You really think you can change the future?
Then, what do you want us to do?
We have to focus on what comes after. There's no use thinking of ways to change events that we know are gonna happen.
But what about all of those who are here now? And the ones who will be here when the darkness finally comes? Are we to abandon all of them?
Come on, are you telling me that you think the world can be saved by just 7 people?
We have to at least try. With enough Keyblade wielders, we could...
Well, if you want to give it a shot.
Yes.
Alrighty, good luck.
I love the animation on this movie. The way the Master of Masters is animated and, well, all the characters in this cutscenes movie is amazing. It's really outstanding.
And so the
how
reliable
they did it.
Ira, who wore the mask of the unicorn, was given his role to take over for the Master and to lead the others. Similarly, the virtuous Invi, who wore the mask of the snake, was given her role to watch over the others with a fair eye. The fearless Aced, who wore the mask of the bear, was given his role to support their brand new leader, Ira. The prudent Ava, who wore the mask of the fox, was given her role to prepare exceptional Keyblade wielders for the world after. The cool-headed Gula, who wore the mask of the leopard, was given his role to uncover the mystery of the Book of Prophecies. Lushu, the first of the apprentices to be given their role, watched his companions from afar as they learned what it was that they were meant to do. Then, he disappeared. Not long after that, the Master vanished, dimmed, and faded without a trace.
As he said he would do. And here starts Kingdom Hearts Key.
This is where your story began. The story of your very own adventure. 5 of the Master's apprentices armed themselves with the Book of Prophecies. They each created a union. This would fulfill his wishes. Then, they set out to rally Keyblade wielders just like you. By defeating Heartless, the monsters of darkness, they would gather light.
That guy talking to them is Lushu, not the Master of Masters. In case anyone was confused. And this is back. No, not back.
There's a
this is
traitor
the
among us.
present.
Are you certain? What proof do you have?
I found this sniffing around.
Is that a Dark Chirithy? Is that a nightmare?
Now, we are in the past.
Master, did you make this? It's so cute!
Well, things are gonna get pretty hectic around here soon. But this Spirit Chirithy is gonna make your lives much easier. Hopefully.
Spirit?
You could say they're like cats or dogs. And they'll be your loyal pets. Every wielder will have one of these adorable little guys at their side. They're here to help, so play nice.
Okay.
Oh, right. Before I forget. If a wielder is overcome by malice, or rather if their heart is tainted by darkness, their adorable little spirit will turn dark and become a nightmare.
So you're telling us that if we see a nightmare...
Someone has fallen into darkness.
Exactly. And if you don't stop this renegade spirit, it'll plant darkness in the hearts of others. And you'll have an army of nightmares on your hands. Beware.
So, if we see one of these nightmares anywhere, we have to get rid of it on the spot.
No! I won't let you do that!
No wonder you ended up as the bear. You're scary.
Said the
Your
leopard.
point?
Maybe you can growl at them.
Don't insult me!
Come on, Aset. You won't know if it works unless you try.
Please tell me you're joking.
Oh, poor said man.
It's not me!
There's an easy way to solve this. If we all summon our spirits, then we'll know.
Unfortunately, there are countless wielders in our unions. It would be easy for any of us to summon a Chirithy that isn't a nightmare. I'm afraid that your suggestion wouldn't help us get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, in that case, who's to say that the nightmare you saw belongs to one of us? It could belong to anyone in our unions.
That's highly unlikely. Do you recall the tool the wielders were given in order to make them stronger? We generally don't concern ourselves with what they have at their disposal. However, I believe those tools were the nightmare's doing.
The bangles. I know when they're equipped, they have the power to collect dark energy. But I thought we all agreed that was okay.
Collecting is fine, but
Using
using that power is the equivalent of using the power of darkness.
It's a brilliant plan. Everyone knows that all spirits look the same, and wielders exist in spades. There's no way to tell.
Oh no. Everyone's already equipped their bangles.
So what now? How do we find out who's behind this?
Seeing as those bangles couldn't have been acquired by just anyone, I believe it's one of us here in this room.
No, Ira. I respectfully disagree. What proof do we have that the bangles are tied to the power of darkness, or if a nightmare is to blame? We shouldn't simply jump
I
to
mean, they're
conclusions.
used to collect darkness.
Ira, some leader you are. You've managed to plant seeds of doubt in all of us with that speech. What, did you expect the traitor to give themselves up with that accusation of yours? That was foolish.
Aced, that's quite enough.
It looks to me like the Master made the wrong choice.
Wait, where do you think you're going?
I think we're done here. I trust you'll keep us all updated.
No, in case any of you is wondering, none of them
I hope we can all resolve this soon.
None of them are other Kingdom Hearts characters. I've been asked this already.
That didn't go
Leopardus
as
is
expected.
What's wrong, Ira?
not Ventus or Roxas,
This isn't like you.
as far
A
as we
lost
know.
page. Something's missing from our book of prophecies. Each of our copies were said to contain the events of the future. But this incident, well, it's nowhere to be found.
And how does this whole thing with the traitor tie together?
Like I said, it's nowhere to be found. In my book.
Ira, Are you implying that someone is in possession of the missing page? And the person with the complete book is the traitor?
There is something going on, and the page is suspiciously missing from the book. It's not so far-fetched to assume that the one who has the lost page has been turned, that they have fallen into the hands of darkness. Trust me.
There seems to be no record of it in my book either. You may be onto something. I wonder, could this have been the Master's plan all along? To grant the lost page to only one of us?
We have no way of knowing. The Master is gone.
I understand what you're saying. I promise to keep a close eye on the others. I will keep you informed, as always.
Thanks.
Of course. After all, that is what the Master asked of me. And Ira, may your heart be your guiding key.
The way they use this sentence on this game is really a nice way of using a catchphrase. The case of Invi.
So, to sum it up, I'll need you to observe the others. Easy breezy.
All right.
Like I said, Ira may have to take over for me. But don't be shy. Just be fair. And do not be afraid to speak up. Even though I say observe, you'll need to be the mediator. Make sure people get along.
I understand. But without you or Luxu, to form and maintain our own unions is... it's a little unnerving, to be honest.
Oh, come on! Lighten up a little. Maybe I'll never disappear. Wait, do you want me to go?
What? No, of course not.
I was just kidding.
Oh, I see.
Look, I get that change can be hard for everyone, but things need to keep moving forward, and you need to keep up. Otherwise, you'll just get left behind, all alone. Now that you know what the future holds, Invi, what does your heart say? May your heart be your guiding key. I say it all the time. You ultimately need to do what your heart feels is right.
Right.
As I was saying, this is a nice way of using a catchphrase, not like in, for example,
I was
Ace Combat
wrong
6.
about Ira. I thought he would make a great leader, but he let me down. Well, what do you two think? You don't believe what Ira said, do you?
Of course not. His argument was unconvincing. It's like Invi said. He's just making baseless assumptions given the situation. There's no evidence to tie his accusations to anyone, let alone one of us.
Maybe there's something he hasn't told us.
And he needs to tell us. How dare he look at us with suspicion? We're his comrades.
I wouldn't call us comrades. Anyway, could you get to the point? I know you didn't call us here just to complain.
I want the three of us to form an alliance.
But alliances are forbidden, us said.
I knew it. I had a feeling it would come to this. So, we join forces, then confront Ira?
Confronting him is pointless. Ira won't change his mind. I know there's darkness at work. There's no question. But I don't believe for a second there's a traitor among us. Unfortunately, Ira doesn't share the same belief. He's just wasting time trying to figure out who the traitor is. But darkness won't wait, and neither should we. We need to band together now and find a way to fight it.
Guess it makes sense.
I agree that we need to do something to fight the darkness. But combining our unions? That was strictly forbidden by the Master.
He's no longer here.
I'm in. But let's be clear. The Alliance is just between the two of us right now. I don't want my Union members involved.
Gula! I want to follow the Master's teachings.
Understood. That's your choice to make. You should do whatever you feel is right.
Yeah.
By the way, Aced, do Ira and Envy know?
I haven't talked to Ira about it for obvious reasons, but I did ask Envy to join us.
You wanted to see me? Gula, Ava, what are you doing here? What's the meaning of this?
Hear me out, Envy. I want an alliance among our unions. Gula here has already agreed. Will you join us, and together we can—
And disobey the Master's teachings?
We don't have a choice! Darkness is approaching, and we need to combine our strength to stand against it.
The Master bestowed each of us with a different role, and he specifically told us to keep our union separate, to maintain the balance of power. He told us that any imbalance would lead to a desire for more power, which leads to darkness. I know you haven't forgotten. Perhaps it's you who has been tainted by darkness.
I'm tainted by darkness? Then what about you, Envy? You spy on us and report everything you see back to Ira. You really think you have no darkness in your heart after what you did?
Because that is my role.
To observe us, yes, but not to disclose everything we say and do to Ira.
That's...
For all we know, you and Ira could be allies, scheming behind our backs.
That's enough.
It's funny how the Master said for them to not be allies, but Envy's role is pretty much being...
Stop. I don't want us to turn against each other.
Being allies with...
Master Ava.
With a unicorn.
Hello. Your name is Ephemer, right?
Uh-huh. Hey, can I join you?
Uh-huh.
Why the long face? Did something happen?
Long day. Do you remember what you asked me before? About why the unions compete against each other instead of working together. Actually, I always wondered the same thing.
Huh? Isn't it just because the Master said so?
Yes. And as such, we must obey. The Master said so. So it is. Lately, I've really started to wonder. You once told me that you were looking for answers. That you wanted to solve the mysteries of this world. Well, I think that's how things should be. We need to question things and think for ourselves.
Whoa! You are really not yourself today. I guess even foretellers have their off days. Hey,
But they are
maybe
five.
talking about the book will cheer you up.
Sorry.
Not a chance.
Aww.
You were trying to pull a fast one on me, weren't you?
Oh, no, I was joking.
If you say so. But, to be honest, I think it would be great if all the unions could work together and be friends.
You know, I made a friend from another union today.
That's us.
Wasn't much of a talker. Maybe just shy. We're meeting again tomorrow.
That sounds like so much fun. Then, you'd better go home and get some sleep.
Okay.
Yay.
Well, it was nice talking to you. I don't know what's got you down. But please cheer up.
I really like how Ephemer
Thank
is
you.
like Sora in a way. The way he's friendly
worst
and talks
happens.
to others.
I'll be glad to leave the future to the kids who see the world in the way that you do.
It really reminds me of how Sora is
Let the
and acts.
wind carry you far, far away.
I'm trying not to talk, sorry. I'm trying not to talk, but this is also a reaction, not just watching.
Envy. Have you learned something?
It seems Aced and Gula's unions are now allied.
No, Aced and Gula
So
are
Aced
allies,
is the traitor after all.
not their unions.
No, I don't believe he is.
Why's that?
To Aced, unification is a means of gathering strength to oppose the darkness. So I believe his heart still belongs to the light.
Even so, forming alliances was strictly forbidden by the Master.
Yes, and his teachings are absolute. That's why I will try and persuade Gula to dissolve their alliance.
Then I'll do it.
No, please let me do the talking. Your intervention will do nothing more than spur Aced's anger.
All right. I'll leave it to you.
And one more thing. Aced has begun to question the two of us. As a precaution, my reports will be less frequent. I don't want him to get the wrong idea. Please understand.
Yes, I do.
I'm really too old for this. I've been recording Union Cross and now I'm watching this and I'm really tired. A few months later.
I think I'm done.
Done with what?
The Alliance. I think it's time to call it quits.
For what reason?
To put it simply, I entered this alliance thinking we were preparing to fight some impending darkness, but it hasn't come. In fact, there haven't been any suspicious incidents recently, and you haven't rallied anyone else to your cause.
Yeah, but...
This alliance is meaningless. Even Envy agrees. Oh.
Envy?
Uh-oh. You weren't supposed to find out.
Is Envy the one who told you to break our alliance?
Maybe. But I'm the one who decided to do it. And I've already told you why.
But we don't even know who the traitor is yet!
And that's exactly why. I just can't trust anyone but myself.
Don't you realize you won't stand a chance against the darkness on your own?
Sorry, my mind's made up.
Envy, you will regret this.
If there was no darkness on Aced's heart before this moment, I'm pretty sure there was a tiny bit of darkness in his heart right now. The case of Aced.
You been here long? My bad.
No.
I love this guy.
So, what did you want?
You didn't forget, did you? You're the one who called me here.
I was just kidding. I didn't forget. Give me a little credit here. I was just testing you.
Right.
Now, allow me to tell you about your role. You're going to be Ira's right-hand man.
What? Ira's right-hand man? What do you mean?
Well, Ira's gonna be the new leader after I'm gone, you see? So, just stand by. Don't disappoint.
Explain to me, Master. What do you mean Ira's going to be leader?
What? Is that disappointment I hear? Did you want to be leader?
No! I mean, if you had asked me to be the leader, that's a different story, but I wasn't trying.
You really want to be leader, huh?
Well...
I know you want it, but that just isn't enough. Any chump can say, here's a huge promotion, good job, and make you head honcho. But enthusiasm alone doesn't make a great leader. Ira needs someone like you to give him a push in the right direction.
I agree. Ira is definitely the most worthy among us. I'm sure he'll make a fine leader.
Then it's settled.
Wait, I agreed that he is worthy. But why do we need a new leader, Master? Does that mean you will no longer be teaching us?
Well, I might disappear one day. Well, I might disappear.
Disappear? Why? Where?
Speak up sooner if you're listening. It was embarrassing for me. Anyway, I don't know if I'm gonna disappear or not. It's anyone's guess right now.
But...
in any case, you need to support Ira. We both know he's quite serious. He's always just thinking and thinking and thinking behind that unicorn mask of his. So everyone will be counting on you to spur him into action.
Right.
You might not be entirely happy with your role, but just know that it's the most important one. Capiche? Now, shall I elaborate? Making Ira the leader is all good in theory, but sometime later you might think, he's terrible at this. In which case it'll be your job to step up. Who knows? Your leadership might be just what everyone needs. And that is your true role. May your heart be your guiding key. Best of luck, Aced.
May your heart be your guiding key.
It's been over a year since the Master left. It's time for me to fulfill my true role.
A few months later...
Why do you get in my way?
Don't be so conceited. I'm protecting the balance, just like the Master told us to. You need to come to your senses!
If we don't do something, light will expire. Then we won't be able to avoid the grim future that awaits. We need to defy the Master's teachings to protect the world.
You're saying he was wrong?
He's not here anymore. I won't let his prophecy come true. I won't let the world fall into darkness.
Now that they are fighting and not talking about... I love how Ray Chase, the Master of Masters voice actor, is doing his performance in here. Because I know him as Noctis from Final Fantasy XV, and also I know him from Deus Ex as Louis Galois, if I remember correctly. And he's a really good voice actor. But on this movie, he's amazing. He's doing a really stunning job.
Ava, over here!
Invi, Aced, what's going on?
I found out who the traitor is. Regrettably.
No, you didn't.
No, that's not true!
Ava, there's no time to lose!
Man, poor Aced.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Well, they did a bit of a mess, you could say. Interesting. He has a single page of the Book of Prophecies. The Case of Gula.
Master. Master?
I see.
If you're busy, I can always come back later.
Sure. Oh, no, stay! Now where... Ah, here it is.
And it's not only a page of the Book of Prophecies, it's a page of the original Book of Prophecies.
This is from the Book of Prophecies. But
the original Book of Prophecies.
It's a page that's not in any of your books.
And what's written here is...
Your role. You must find the traitor hidden among you, and stop them before it's too late. And in order to help you find the traitor...
I get it. That's why you gave us all different roles, isn't it? If anyone deviates from the job they were given, we can easily conclude that they are the traitor. It's brilliant!
Way to steal my thunder, show off!
I love him. He's really well performed.
My plan was supposed to blow your mind with its grandeur. Your jaw should have hit the floor at my sheer genius!
I'm... sorry? But was my logic flawed?
Oh, you're right. So, I guess now you've earned your time in the limelight. Even though there is a traitor, act normal and keep focused. Trust no one but yourself.
Yeah, what I said. Ray Chase, you did an amazing job on this performance. It's way more impressive and conveys more emotion
Trust no one but myself.
Than Noctis. And Noctis was a really good performance too. But Master of Masters, on the short amount of time we've seen Master of Masters, it conveys way more emotion than Noctis. And I love how he played with his voice. Like, he doesn't have always the same tone. He jokes around, he changes the tone of his voice, etc. It's a pretty goddamn impressive job.
Do you want to know what my role is? Huh? The books we were given are incomplete. There's a lost page.
Lost page?
On that page, it is written that there is a traitor. The Master told me to find and stop that person.
I called you my comrade. But never again, Gula. It doesn't matter to me if you think I am the traitor and you want to strike me down. You knew there was a traitor and you just watched silently as we fought each other. And I won't forgive you for that.
You can barely stay on your feet. Just give up already!
Don't you underestimate me!
Thanks for the retweet, man.
Please stop!
The stains on the clothes, the sweat, the fighting marks they have on their bodies. The stains
Why did it have to come to this?
on Leopardus' clothes is Gula's clothes. It's really, really well done. It's impressive how they can do some perfect, flawless things. The people that make Kingdom Hearts, and some other things are so just not good.
Come to finish me off, and make it quick.
That's not what brought me here today. I wish to fulfill the role bestowed upon me. That's all. It isn't our place to try to change the events of the future. That is not our mission. We're here to make sure that light lives on. With only 5 lights, we can't afford to lose any.
You still count me as one of the 5 lights?
What about Lucio?
Of course.
Only you could be such a good guy after everything we've been through. But hey, I guess that's one of the reasons I respect you so much. However, we still might only be 4. I'm talking about Gula. He's using the knowledge of something called the Lost Page. He said that it contains events that are missing from all of our books. He's using it to discover and apprehend whoever is the traitor. Claims that's his role. But who knows what his real intentions are? What I do know is that I'll never forgive him for hiding the fact that he knew someone would betray us. That's the biggest betrayal of all.
I'd like to believe that Gula was simply carrying out his role. Aset, I'll deal with this matter. Please keep it to yourself for now.
Understood.
I need to see that lost page.
Why? Why would you need to see the lost page?
Why did you tell
A few
Ira?
days later.
It had to be you, because you were the only one who knew where we were hiding. Didn't you think for a second that your actions could be making things worse than they already are?
And why should that even bother you? Not only do you have your union, but you've also gathered the finest Keyblade wielders from other unions, and you're training them in a secret location, aren't you?
Yes, because that is my role!
I had no idea. I apologize. I overstepped.
No. I shouldn't have snapped at you either.
The only 2 people in the whole game
What did Ira want?
with a little
I
common
don't know
sense.
exactly. He just asked me to give up Gula. His eyes... they were... scary.
Oh, game, movie.
I was worried he'd do something awful.
Technically a game.
I knew I couldn't tell him where Gula was. Then... he turned around and walked away.
I see. And Gula? How is he doing?
I don't know. He's gone.
TDT? It's way cuter with the noises.
Someone's coming! They're headed straight this way!
Take care of him. Ira? Is something wrong?
I know Gula's here.
What?
Tell me where he is.
This is
Why?
before she was talking to Imbi.
What are you going to do?
None of your concern.
Don't.
What?
I won't let you near him.
So that's it. All right. I'll go.
Gula, what are you doing?
Something happened?
Ira was here. He wanted me to give you up.
I knew it. It's finally come to this.
Come to what?
Everyone wants to know about the lost page.
The lost page?
Yeah. It's a page the Master gave me. It doesn't exist in any of our books. It contains a passage about an inevitable betrayal.
I mean, you were the one talking
It
out
talks
loud
about-
about the lost page.
The one who bears the sigil. That's it. So... I don't know what to make of it, to be honest.
The one who bears
My
the
role
sigil
is to
is
find
the
out
traitor.
who it is. I suspected Aced and went to confront him. And look what happened.
Why are you telling me this, Gula? I have enough to think about, keeping with the Master's teachings and my role.
Always walking the straight and narrow. I'm a fool for basing my actions on what is written on that lost page. Everything in the passage is ambiguous at best. That's why. I need to find out.
But how?
By asking the Master.
But he's not here anymore.
I'm going to summon Kingdom Hearts.
What?
Then he'll have no choice but to come back.
Summoning Kingdom Hearts is forbidden!
That's exactly why. The only way to get him back is to break the rules. If things don't change, the entire world is doomed. But in order to go through with it, I'll need Lux. I don't have nearly enough. You always do the right thing. Help me with this.
I'm sorry. I know you want the Master to return. But you don't know how summoning Kingdom Hearts will affect the rest of the world. The Master, he forbid it for a reason. I'm afraid I can't help you.
I see.
The problem with Kingdom Hearts is that it surrounds the world. And if you
May your
summon
heart
it,
be your guiding key.
if you summon all the light of the world, and that means every single different world in Kingdom Hearts, because they are supposed to be one. Different places, but one world.
Ghoul is on a mission to collect Lux.
The integrity breaks.
That explains why Aced and Ira are as well. They're trying to maintain the balance. But that isn't the balance we were expected to keep. If everyone's collecting light solely for themselves, Keyblade wielders will soon turn against one another, which will lead to the Keyblade War.
And what's written in the book, all of it will happen.
Light will expire.
Envy, what are you going to do?
I'll gather Lux too. No matter what, the balance must be kept. Ava, you do the same. We must delay the inevitable.
Right.
It's funny how they say that they must keep the balance, but my union, Ava's union, Vulpes, is the one with more locks on the game by far. It has like 2 times the amount of locks any of the other unions have. So there's not a lot of balance in there. And as I was saying, if you summon all the light of the world, and that means all the worlds in just one place, the balance will break, the worlds will be split. The case of Ava.
What's written in the last page of the book is gonna happen. The entire world will be lost to darkness.
But Master, isn't there anything we can do?
Well, that's what brings me to your role. You might just be the only hope of keeping light from expiring.
Hope? Master, what is it that you need me to do? Oh.
Don't get involved in any battles. Forget the notion of unions. Find Keyblade wielders with potential and create an entirely separate organization. Then, like the seeds of a dandelion, let them fly to another world. They will keep the light alive.
You really think that I'm the right person for this?
Ava, you're the only person for this.
I understand. Today you're here to continue with your training for our mission. This session may seem like it's familiar to you, but in a world that is different, one made of dreams, you are our hope. A war will soon wage. Those who strive to protect the light will turn their weapons on their allies for the sake of loyalty to their own unions. To be honest, I don't know how far I can guide all of you. What you must remember is that anyone can lose themselves to the darkness. However, there will be no winners. Everything will be lost. Except all of you who are the seeds of hope. When the time comes, and there is war, you mustn't fight, but instead you must fly away from here to the world outside. This training is to help you fulfill this crucial task. The future is in all your hands, as is the world's light. May your hearts be your guiding key.
The case of Luxu.
The Gazing Eye?
It's not what it's called.
Oh, what then?
Actually, no name.
No name.
Every Keyblade
Gazing
has
or
a
not,
has
that
a name,
Keyblade does have an eye in it.
except for
My
that one.
eye, to be exact.
Ew! Oh, you think that's gross, do ya?
No.
Yeah, sure. Anyway, about your role. You need to pass down that Keyblade to your apprentice and then him to his, so that my eye can see the future.
So the Book of Prophecies...
Bingo! The fact that it exists is proof of your success. That means you've trained a worthy apprentice, passed down that handsome Keyblade, and fulfilled your role. Congratulations! What's the matter? Come on, you did a fantastic job. At least smile a little.
But I haven't done anything yet.
Good point.
But you will.
Guess you better get started then. Unfortunately, you'll have to go alone from here on out. No Book of Prophecies to keep you company either. I can't have you causing any temporal paradoxes. But hey, we both know you'll do just fine without it, right?
Do I really have to go alone? What about the others?
Minor details, so don't sweat it. For now, you, that Keyblade, and this box need to stay out of sight. Just watch with your own eyes, and my eye, of course, as things unfold between the others. Then, when the time is right, go off and do your thing.
What's in it?
It's a secret. And, well, you see, the thing is, you can never, ever open it.
Great, now I really want to know.
What's in the box?
All right, I'll indulge you. But this secret stays between the two of us, and you have to promise never to open the box.
I promise.
The box is a red herring. What?
But why?
You'll see.
No, seriously, we don't know what is in the box. I really wonder what is in the box. I guess we will see eventually. Maybe in Kingdom Hearts 25.
May my heart be my guiding key.
Reconnect Kingdom Hearts. I think this is the ending. Yeah, this is the ending. There must be a post-credits scene. I remember. Anyway, as I usually do, I'm going to leave the credits because I think it's a sign of respect to the developers. Every actor did a great job, but as I said, Ray Chase is a fucking masterpiece, man. He really did the best job out of all the voice roles in here. And this is Kingdom Hearts Kingdom Hearts Key or X back cover. This is the story of Kingdom Hearts Key, but it's actually more the story of the foreteller, not the story of the player. Because the story of the player, you are supposed to know it because you are supposed to have played Kingdom Hearts Key. But since most of the non-Japanese people never played Kingdom Hearts Key, and the non-Japanese people that played Kingdom Hearts Key had to make a Japanese email. So yeah, it was not something a lot of people knew about. So having this story is interesting because on the story we get on the app is not exactly what happened, and even having something that is close to what happened, this story has things that we didn't see on Kingdom Hearts, either Key, Unchained X, or Union Cross. It's funny how they pronounce the same kinda the same letter on three different ways, because we have Key, the Greek letter Key. Then on Unchained X is also the Greek letter Key, but people pronounce it Unchained X. And on Union Cross is the same Greek letter Key, but they pronounce it Union Cross. Three different pronunciations for the same letter. But yeah, we are seeing the whole movie on tiny fragments. It was fine. It was shorter than I thought. I thought it was like an hour and a half long, and it's an hour long. The soundtrack of Kingdom Hearts is really something else. I really like it, especially the huge tracks, not the normal fighting tracks or the normal town tracks, the ones that are supposed to shock you. Those are amazing. They are doing a great job on Kingdom Hearts. I really hope Kingdom Hearts was more balanced on how good it is, because as I said before, there are some things about Kingdom Hearts that are absolutely amazing, and some other things that are not really that good. I would prefer to have a whole thing that is good rather than have a thing that is good, amazing, bad. You know? I prefer something that is just plain good rather than having the ups and downs we are having with Kingdom Hearts. Unlock theater. Interesting. Characters? So, chapters. Gazing Eye, Case of Era, Foretellers, Assembly, Case of Invi, The Alliance, the Anti-Alliance, Reporting In, Case of Aset, The Clash, Case of Gula, Discord, The Lost Page, Inevitable End, Case of Ava, not Ava, Case of Lushu, Heart and Key, and the ending. The ending is the credit scene, isn't it? Yeah, it is the credit scene. Continue. Return to chapter menu. So there's no secret ending. Oh, I thought there was a different ending. Characters. Master of Masters. A mysterious man who possesses an eye that can see into the future. Well, he actually doesn't possess the eye because he took his own eye out and shoved it in the Keyblade. Gross. He uses that knowledge to write the Book of Prophecies. No one knows whether his mischievous nature is calculated or true. He disappears after bestowing 5 of his 6 apprentices with a copy of the book. Era. One of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He's a reliable Keyblade Master and a leader of the Union Unicornis. The Master often makes fun of his serious nature. His role is to become the new leader of the Foretellers after the Master vanishes. Invi, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. She is a virtuous Keyblade Master and the leader of the Union Anguis. She holds the Master in high esteem. Her role is to watch over the others with her eye. As said, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He's a fearless Keyblade Master and leader of the Union Ursus, though he tends to rely on his physical prowess. He has a pure heart and a strong sense of justice. His role is to support their new leader, Ida. One of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies, Ava. Despite being a Keyblade Master, she is often treated as a friend by other wielders due to her age. She is the leader of the Union Vulpes. Yeah, if you stop to look at it, Ava and Gula are younger than the others. She is the leader of my Union Vulpes. Her role is to find exceptional Keyblade wielders regardless of Union and create her own organization. Interesting they use the word organization here. Really, really interesting. They could have used team or any other word of association, but they use specifically organization. That is really interesting. Is Ava the origin of the Organization 13? I don't know. Gula, one of the Master's disciples who receives a copy of the Book of Prophecies and a secret page. He is a cool-headed Keyblade Master and leader of the Union Leopardus. He prefers to keep his distance from the others and doesn't regard them as comrades. His role is to solve the mysteries of the Book of Prophecies and the secret page, and to find out who the traitor is. Luxu, the only one of the Master's disciples who does not receive a copy of the Book of Prophecies. He is bestowed with a Keyblade and a black box before setting out on his journey. That Keyblade is the No Name. It doesn't have a name, so people are calling the Keyblade No Name. They gave it the name No Name, which is against his own nature. Weird. But yeah, that Keyblade is the No Name, and his role is to pass on the Keyblade to the future by giving it to his disciple, and that person to their disciple, and that person to their disciple, etc, 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 until the Keyblade reaches the future, so the Master of Masters can see everything through the eye on the Keyblade and write the Book of Prophecies. Yeah, we're missing a bit of information in here. Chirithy, created by the Master of Masters to serve the Keyblade wielders. They originally exist as helpful spirits. If their wielder becomes lost to darkness, however, they turn black and become nightmares. Ephemer, a young and outgoing Keyblade wielder. He questions the way the world works and decides to solve its mysteries on his own. Interesting that the Skuld doesn't appear on this movie. I was expecting a Skuld to appear because she is kind of important. Ava's special union for exceptional Keyblade wielders, Dandelions. The Master of Masters, a mysterious man who possesses an eye that can see into the future, and I already read this. I think this is it. Yeah, this is Kingdom Hearts back cover. Let me check for a moment if I got a trophy or something. Notifications, because I turned them on. I turned the notifications off, and there is no trophy for... Is it? Sorry about this again. I want to check only audio broadcast. I know. I want to check if there is a trophy for this, and there seems there is not. Only microphone audio is being broadcast. I know. Stop showing me this. Kingdom Hearts 358/2 days. But no Kingdom Hearts 2.8 on the trophies. So there's no trophy for watching this. Well, this is it. I hope you enjoyed Kingdom Hearts back cover. Kingdom Hearts Key back cover. And I hope I will see you on Kingdom Hearts Union Cross videos, and I will see you on the rest of the franchise run. I hope you enjoy watching this with me, and until then, see ya.